Okay, so the recording has started, and I can see your screen fine.
Cool. Everybody's got my screen.
Yep.
Okay. I don't have, I didn't put a ton of effort into this other than I just wanted to explain how it worked and how I use it because I'm still not an expert with HootSuite at all. But for like Joe and Debbie, I've been talking to you guys a lot about this, and this has kind of been, I think, a key to the growth I've had in the last 6 months. And Chelsea's been using it now for about a month, and she's actually starting to see a lot more traffic on her social, on Facebook especially, a lot more likes and comments and shares. And if you don't know it already, that's kind of the key with Facebook is likes, comments, and shares. The more of those you rack up, the higher your Facebook affinity is. And all your Facebook affinity is just a ranking. It's just how popular your stuff is and how much it populates in people's news feeds. So if you don't have a high affinity, you might post the best post you've ever put up ever about a Beachbody product or transformation, and you may only have 0.5%, 1%, 2% of your news feed seeing it if you have a low affinity. So the idea is to raise your affinity over a period of time, and when you start posting those really important call to action type posts, more people will respond to them. More people will see them. Inevitably, more people respond to them. So HootSuite, if you go to it, it's just HootSuite. You can Google it. This is probably one of the pages that'll pop up. It just talks about what it offers, plans and pricing. I do the free. I might upgrade to the pro someday. I don't really know what the benefits that would be. I probably should look into it, but the free seems to be working really well for me. But this just gives you a little detailed list of what you're getting with that. So you create a profile, you go through that whole process, and then once you do that, you're going to sign in. It's really overwhelming at first. I don't know if you felt that way, Glenn and Beth, but it was really overwhelming when the first time I pulled it up. I was like, whoa. This is what my main page looks like. This is kind of what comes up in the first time you come in. I think it takes in a little tour, but knowing me, I probably just blasted through it and tried to get in here. But essentially, you can come in here with the free account and put 5 different social media networks on here. So I have my personal Facebook, my personal Twitter. I have an Instagram. You can go put your Instagram on here, and you can't do anything really with it other than look through it. So I don't utilize that much. And then we have the Emerald CEO training. You guys are all in. I have a page for that. And what it lets you see is news feed. You can add streams to each social media network. So here's my Facebook feed tab. And when you go down into that tab, you can put, I think, 4 or 5 different streams in here. So I have news feed photos, scheduled post. If you hit add stream here, let's just see. You can add any of these things you want. Click on Facebook, wall post, events, scheduled messages, and private messages. So you can actually go and pick the network you want and add as you want. I don't look at anything but scheduled stream post on here. Same thing with Twitter. Twitter, it might be a whole other call down the road, but there's a way I learned to prospect on Twitter through HootSuite. It's kind of complicated, so it might have to be a call down the road. But essentially with Twitter here, when you're in your Twitter tab, Chelsea, you may have to help me with this. Let's see. Okay, here's what we used to do. So when you're in your Twitter feed, where's the search bar? Remember when we used to prospect?
Yeah. Is it this? No.
I can add a stream. That's what it is.
Add a stream.
So in Twitter, this is something. Any of you that feel overwhelmed about Hootsuite already, just sit back for a minute. But for some of you who have used it, like Glenn and Beth, this is something that's really neat. You can add a stream in Twitter, and you can go to the search bar in your Twitter, and you can put in something like want to do P90X. You can search anybody on Twitter, and it's the most recent post to the oldest post of people who want to do Twitter, who've tweeted about wanting to do Twitter. We actually found one of our best challengers, Joe, you know her, Christy Klassen in our group. She's probably one of my number one people I've had for the last 2 years. Chelsea found her doing this. It's just a neat way to prospect. So what you can do is add this stream with whatever you want, put it in parentheses, and type in anything, lose baby weight, want to do T25. And you can come in here and you can just literally go and reply to anything. So if somebody says, man, I really want to do P90X, but can't find anybody to do it with, you can go in here and reply to them and start a conversation. We've actually found quite a few people. I don't know if this is how we met, Joe. Did you reach out to me or did I reach out to you? I don't know if this is how we met, but I know that we've used it a lot. So this is something you might want to look into. But again, that could be a whole nother call. So back to HootSuite. Facebook, I have Twitter, Emerald CEO Training, that's it. So this is how simple it is, guys. On Saturday or Sunday, I'll set aside 30 minutes to come in my office, and I'll go right to my Facebook feed, and I'll look at the scheduled stream post, and I'll have nothing here, nothing set up. Right now I have through Saturday set up. So this is how easy it is. This is where you compose all your messages. You come in here, you can attach images or files. You can schedule. So the first thing I'll do is hit schedule. Let's say I want to put a post out tomorrow morning at 9:28, let's say 9 o'clock a.m. You literally are looking at the calendar going, okay, Wednesday the 4th, 9 a.m., that's all set up, and I want to put a picture up. So you'll click on the little attachment button. It'll bring up select files to upload. You can pop that open. I have tons of different folders for pictures, and I'll literally go on Pinterest or just Google and save. Maybe once a month I'll go and just save. I'll do an hour or two's worth of just saving inspirational pictures, and then I'll save them in these folders. So I already have all these pictures set up. I don't have to go searching for stuff unless it's something specific I want to do. And I'll just go in and pick something and say, okay, have I used this before, first of all? Second of all, is this something I think's worthy content to put up? People are going to get anything from this? Can I comment on it? Will I get comments on it? And you pick something, click choose. And then what it does is it populates the picture. You've already scheduled what time and what day it goes out. And then you can just hit enter a few times and you can go add whatever you want here. You can go add anything you want. You can type comments or you can just put the picture up by itself. So what I'll do is my system that I've talked to a lot of you guys about, and Joe and Deb, I've talked to you a lot about what's been working for me is I do 3 posts a day scheduled. So what I do is at around 7:50 to 8:15, I will do a quote. So let me just do this real quick. So let's say I'm in HootSuite doing my Saturday 30 minutes. The first thing I'll do is say, okay, I need quotes. I have a little bookmarked tab here, quotes that I use, which I actually just ran out of this week, so I'm going to look for some new ones. So you can make it easy on yourself. Bookmark some sites. Don't just, make this as easy as quick as you can. And that took me a while to get to this, but computer's slow. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll go in here and I'll keep track of what I'm on. Some of these quotes I don't use, but I'll literally just go copy a quote. Again, if I feel that it's worthy of being on Facebook, I think it's good content. It's something I believe. And so I'll copy that quote, simply drop it in the box right here, paste it. I'll check what day I want it delivered. Okay, Wednesday, 8 a.m., I always do quotes first thing in the morning. I feel like I'm inspired easily. And first thing in the morning, I'm a morning person, so I want to see stuff that's inspirational. It gets me going, gets me off on the right foot, and it seems to be working. Generally, people, I get a lot of likes, and people, I think it helps them get heading in the right direction. So what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll hit schedule. This is scheduling for tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., and then it'll populate in this scheduled stream post. So you can see I already had one tomorrow for 7:55 that I already scheduled. I did it for 8 p.m. tomorrow by accident. But here's the quote I just put in there. So what you do is you go in and just make sure it looks right off the bat. I can see there's a number 3 in it. I didn't want that in there. I would edit that out. These are things you guys can do on your own. They're very easy to do. Edit that out. I wanted to do 8 a.m. I said, click it to a.m., save the changes. Okay. Another neat thing about HootSuite is when you schedule that post right here, which I just did, can also link it to any of the other 5 accounts we have on here. So if it's short enough, I'll link it to Twitter. If it was pertinent, I would put it in Emerald Training or one of my challenge groups. But usually I just do my personal Facebook and my personal Twitter. So save changes. Now it automatically links to both of those things. So I will go through and do whatever, Sunday through Sunday or Sunday through Saturday, all quotes. And I can do it really quickly. And you can see that I'll go to Thursday, boom, boom.
Mark,
pick another quote.
can you show me how you just did that, linked it again?
Pulled it back up?
Yeah, like when you edited it.
Okay. Yeah, so you would just click edit. And you got to be careful when you do edit stuff because, here, I'll give you an example. Like, let's just look at one for later this week. This one right here. I have this, where'd it go? I have this right here. It's always set up for Facebook and Twitter. But for some weird reason, when you go to edit the message, it only pulls up one of the two at the top here, you'll see. So when you're editing things, make sure you always have whatever you want on there again. I don't know why it kicks it out, but it does.
Okay.
That's it. You literally, Beth, if you wanted to do that, you would just hit edit, and you could change wherever you wanted to or add wherever you wanted to. You can change the date. You can change the time.
Okay, right at the top. All right.
Yeah.
I've never done that before.
Yeah, pretty easy once you get the hang of it. The only thing that gets screwy, like I said, is it always kicks the one out, and it just leaves you with Facebook, which isn't really a big deal. But so I can, again, go through the quotes, copy and paste. You can see me doing it here. I just did 2 days, and if I wasn't talking so much, boom, I'm scheduled again, and I'll just delete these. But so what I'll do is I'll go through, and that'll take me probably 15 minutes maybe, if that, probably 10 minutes to do my quotes. What I do at 11, sometime between 11 and 12, people are on their lunch break or getting ready to go on lunch break, I'll put up either a picture or possibly something. Again, I'll probably do this 3 or 4 times a week. I'll put up something pertaining to a Beachbody product or a Beachbody challenge, some kind of product ad in a classy way. Like right now I have this set up for, I think, tomorrow. It just talks about insanity and the big savings on it right now. It's got an insanity picture linked to it, I think. So that's what I'll do. 11 o'clock, I'll sit here and go, okay, let's do all the 11 o'clocks throughout the week. I'll just go to new pics, or like you can see it right here. I have thousands and thousands. I need to delete some of these. Thousands and thousands of pictures, old pictures from the last 2 years I've been collecting that just were inspirational to me or, had something to do with Beachbody. So I have like an unlimited arsenal here. I can just come back and pick anything I want. So I'll go through, I'll schedule all of the lunchtime posts, another 5 or 10 minutes. And then the last thing I'll do, which I'm big on, and Beth, I've noticed you've been doing it a lot and having a lot of success, is like a poll question. Something's fun. It's an icebreaker. And I'll just simply type in icebreaker questions. And sometimes I'll think of my own. I'll come in here and I'll go to, there's thousands of icebreaker questions out there. And I'll just go through and I will literally copy and paste. And I take a little more time on these. I'm not going to post. I'm generally going to try not to post things that I know are a waste of time or that may take people more than a couple words to describe. People want it to be quick and something they can just, some of my biggest commented posts have been something as silly as, what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite line from a movie? I'll get 50 or 60 comments on it. And guys, if I'm going too fast, tell me. But
Well, when
so
do you
again,
post that, Mark?
that I'll usually do about 8 to 8:05, 8:10 every night, with the exception of Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've never done Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, I'll usually do a post at like 6 or 7 o'clock, just saying, and it's heartfelt, and I mean it. Just, hey, hope you had a great week. Enjoy some rest and relaxation with your family and friends. So Fridays I'll kind of lay off it. I figure people aren't spending a ton of time on Facebook answering questions. And then Saturdays, same thing. It's kind of like, honor your time with your family. Don't be searching my page on Facebook. So, and then Sundays, I'll usually do some kind of Beachbody promotional thing. So Monday through Thursday is really when I'm hitting people hard with these things and trying to generate a lot of responses. It seems like most people after 8 o'clock, kids are in bed or, they're done with dinner and they're heading inside. That's when I get the most. Let's just pull up my Facebook. I've tried it at a few different times, but that seems to be the best time. If you post it at 6 o'clock, it could get buried into the newsfeed really quickly. Let's see here. Baby alpaca. So here's tonight's post I put up at about an hour ago, so 8:20ish, and I've already got, I don't know, 8 or 10 comments. By tomorrow morning, that'll be 20 to 30. It's just kind of become, what my standard number is. I've told you this before, but one thing I highly recommend is to respond to almost every one of these. Nancy, I agree, 26 was a great age. Michael, why is 34 going to be the greatest year of your life? And what that does is, one, I genuinely care. I mean, sometimes it doesn't, resonate with me, but most of the times I genuinely care. I'm trying to build relationships with these people. Even if half these people never purchase anything from me, it's still fun to build relationships. But what it'll do is it'll take it from 10 comments to 18 to 20 comments in the matter of a few minutes of me responding to all these. Facebook sees that and says, wow, something's going on in this thread. People like this thread. Let's keep this thread populated in people's news feeds longer. At least that's what I understand. And it seems to be working. And I think one of the benchmark things that'll happen when you're doing this, you're going to start to notice people who've never commented or never liked anything of yours just pop out of nowhere and comment on something. And you'll go, wow, I've never heard from that person before. I know that person, but they've never posted in the 5 years we've been on Facebook together. And then you'll get a couple of those in the same post. So you'll know it's working. Chelsea, have you seen a dramatic increase in the last month just from consistently doing this?
Absolutely, yeah. Big time.
Big time. So, Chelsea's, I basically a month ago sat her down and said, this is my system. This is what I do. Let's put you through it. Just stick to it for a month and tell me what happens. So she's legitimately doing the exact same thing, and it's really upped her visibility. Let's go back to HootSuite. So HootSuite, like I said, it is intimidating when you look at it, but really, this stuff I don't need this stuff here. I'm going to get rid of that now. But really, it's simple. You put your Facebook account on here. You put a Twitter account on here. When you start getting into deeper stuff and having your own challenge groups, Joe, or I know Sean's not on the call, but he wants to listen to a recording, you can put your challenge group in here also. So, you can go set up 30, 60, 90 days of your challenge group ahead of time. Joe, for instance, you were using another auto scheduler, but you could only do one post a day, you said? Yeah. So in here you could come on and you could go, okay, I'm starting a P90X3 challenge group. I'm going to take an hour and just put all 90 days in there. That way, when I go onto the page in the morning, I don't have to worry about scheduling posts. I can spend valuable time interacting, answering questions, and just adding really good content as opposed to, copying and pasting stuff all morning.
And, the cool thing about that is that Beachbody provides for every challenge pack that we sell. Beachbody provides us in the online office with whether it's a 90-day program, 21-day program, Ultimate Reset, they will provide us with just a list of Facebook posts for our challenge group. So I was talking to one of my new coaches earlier today, and she was concerned about, she was a little intimidated by the fact that, running a challenge group and where would she come up with posts and things like that. And, I told her about this function here that Mark is showing us on the online office where you can just see there's a coaching guide in there for us that will give us pictures. It will give us quotes to put in there and post. So you can just do what Mark has been doing and copying it and pasting it right into HootSuite. And it's just laid out for you. It has links to videos. It has links to all kinds of different things on there. You can download the pictures and post those in there. Just different recipes for Shakeology, things like that. So I think it's, that's a really nice function too to utilize for HootSuite, because then you don't have to worry about doing all that. You can then spend time, focusing on helping the people that are in your challenge group and answering their questions and things like that.
Yeah, and I liked what Beth said about it the other day. occasionally when you're looking through these guides, you'll find some stuff that's a little too, to each his own, but sometimes it's a little too salesy for me. And it's, it just gets a little too pushy sometimes. So I'll actually, like Beth said, I'll actually sometimes say, you know what, this one right here does not sound like something I would say necessarily. And maybe it is, but a lot of times I'll change those up. But for the most part, 90% of these can just be copied and posted right into there. It'll take an hour or two for a 90-day program, but really the amount of time you just saved is insane. Occasionally with Twitter, I don't understand Twitter still really well, and I want to get to know it. I'll be honest with you guys, ever since I did that call on justunfollow.com, I've noticed in the last month and a half, Twitter's where I'm getting most of my new friends from. I showed you the Facebook like page method where I'll go and post a comment, and I do get stuff from that, and a lot of people will back that up and say, yeah, I found you here. But honestly, if I go add 100 people on Twitter today, I'll get 5 or 10 new friend requests. So I need to dig into Twitter more, and that way I can bring more to the table for you guys. And if anybody else knows Twitter better than I do, please let us know. But it's I think Twitter is a big opportunity too to drive people to Facebook. But there is all kinds of stuff, analytics, and there's just so much you can go do on Instagram or on Hootsuite. My advice is either invest a bunch of time into doing that, or just take the simple training when it pops up. Maybe YouTube how to use Hootsuite. Spend a few minutes doing that. And my advice is just to do these 3 posts a day. It'll take you 30 minutes, maybe an hour your first couple weeks. And you have to be patient. It's delayed gratification. You're not going to see 25 likes pop up tonight on one of your posts. I mean, unless you have thousands of friends. So just be patient with it. And over the course of a month, you're going to look back and go, wow, I've had so much more interaction than I've had in a long time. And just a testament to that would be that in conjunction with the just unfollow stuff I talked about the last few weeks. Just if you look at my friend requests, I never got friend requests 6 months ago. Never, ever, ever. Once in a great while you get a friend request. And then I was in the process of I friend request people like crazy. And then I keep getting blocked on Facebook. But now with the just unfollow and people sharing my photos, I get at least 5 or 6 shares a day. I'm getting requests all over the place. Right now I have 100 friend requests I haven't responded to. I mean, that's a joke, and some of these I'm not going to respond to. Some of these are ones that it's like, okay, is it really worth, is this another fitness professional that, is in a different company? But I have to go through all these. But this is, in a month from now, you guys could be having, or less, you could be having the same thing. Just use just unfollow every single day. Take half an hour a day, little 5-minute increments here and there, and do the just unfollow, do the Hootsuite, and spend time on your Facebook page. Don't search the news feed. If you're going to search the news feed, that's great, but only do it if you're searching for people that are hurt or need help or are looking if you can offer them some kind of assistance. Otherwise, don't get caught up in the, I'll click acquaintances and I'll just scroll for 2 hours. I won't even know an hour or two went by. I'm just sitting here scrolling through everybody's pictures. And occasionally that's good because sometimes you'll find something that's share worthy, probably not that, maybe that.
It gets overwhelming, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just getting all the information from, even in your email, there's so much stuff going on in there. It's like weeding it all out.
Yeah, my advice is don't even look at the news feed or the acquaintances unless you set a timer on your phone and say, I'm going to put 15 minutes in just searching for people that may be needing help or that may benefit me and I may benefit them in some way. Otherwise, you're just going to get caught in that never-ending Facebook wheel. But make sure you have a good profile picture. I'm going to change this, but you can go on. I have all kinds of sites. If you guys need help, just message me. But I have a site called PicMonkey that lets you do these collages. Make sure you get decent pictures and just spend some time on your page one day, getting all your stuff populated. I've heard it both ways as far as the about section, maybe putting that you're a Beachbody coach. I had that for a while, but I took it off. I've heard both ways. Some say put it there so everybody sees it. But I also feel like a lot of people who are new from Twitter see that right away and go, oh, no thanks, not interested, So I've actually taken it off. I don't think it's affected me much though. But HootSuite is, I think it's a huge asset. And if you're not using it, probably putting a lot of extra time in that you don't need to be. So, but like I said, just give it a, Deb, especially for you. This, I'm sure this looks like what? Like this is all new. And
well, I've already signed into it.
Good.
I already created my account, but I had, I don't know what I'm doing. So
yeah, you could probably YouTube
well, what's
something.
new?
Yeah, you could probably YouTube something on how to use it or how to set up streams. Really, all it is you get in here and you're going to add 4 or 5 social networks. So for you, Debbie, you could go in tonight and just add your Facebook account.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do that. Yeah. So you just click on one of these tabs, brings up a new tab. You can title it whatever you want, and then you're going to click Add Social Network, and it's going to say connect with your Twitter, connect with your Facebook. Okay, let's hit Facebook. It's literally going to look like this, Deb. And you're going to say, okay, do I want to add my profile, or do I have a like page, or am I adding a group? You're going to connect with Facebook. It's going to show you all the groups you're part of. There's a bazillion of them for me. And it's going to show you your personal page. I used to have my like page there linked, but I'm not using that anymore. I'm actually going to shut that down and start a new one eventually. But Deb, your picture would populate here. You'd click this green thing, green check mark, and then you'd import it. Okay, I'm already done, so it doesn't change anything. And then it's just going to pop up right here. You're going to have Deb Laudato Facebook, and then you're going to be able to go add streams. And the streams are what, Facebook, news feed, status updates, photos, none of those matter.
Oh,
I wouldn't even look at any of those. I would just go say, hey, I want to be able to see my scheduled messages. That's really all you care about. So, and then what I'll do at the end of the 30 minutes or however long it takes me, I'll literally just say, okay, on the 4th at 7:55 a.m., I'm going to delete that from earlier. You can just go through, okay, I got one on the 4th at 8 a.m., one at 11:05 a.m., and one at 8:05 p.m. Good, check. And then I'll just check all of the days, make sure I have everything I need. And then the last part of this would be, I suggest adding 2 more posts in, but from live time. So I'll generally once a day find something that I think is really funny or really interesting or touching, and I'll share that. And knowing it'll probably get a lot of shares. And then I encourage you guys, highly encourage you guys to maybe take an Instagram picture or just a picture on your phone and upload a lifetime picture of either a workout, or Debbie, like you at one point had put up a picture of Shakeology with your juices. If you do that every day, 3 good posts that are pre-programmed and 2 more posts, maybe 1 share and 1 pick, you're golden. This will work for you. And then it's just a matter of adding friends. So to make things simple as possible here, add as many friends as you can to Facebook by using justunfollow.com or whatever else you've learned that works. And then put really good content up. People are going to share your stuff. The people who share your stuff, their friends possibly are going to come back and friend you. And it just starts adding up. And over a couple months, you start going, man, I just grew by 300 friends on Facebook. So that's all I got on HootSuite.
Okay, Joe, I'm going to stop the recording, and then Joe had a question. He wanted you to go over